Hey guys, today we're gonna make a really special chicken kofta. This is called a Nargisi chicken kofta, and the name of it is pretty special. It comes from the Narcissus poeticus flower or the Nargis flower, which has white petals on the outside and yellow petals on the inside, kind of resembling a boiled egg. So the special part about this kofta is that beautiful boiled egg in the middle, covered with a nice crispy and juicy chicken or lamb mince. We'll be doing some chicken today, having it with some fresh homemade naans. So let's get started and see how to make this great chicken dish to keep you warm this winter. So first we'll start by preparing our boiled eggs. Very simple. Just put all of your eggs in a saucepan or a large pot and then add some cold water and then bring that up to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, cover with a lid and just let the pot or the pan stay on the stove until your eggs are ready. I'm going closer to hard-boiled eggs, so I'll just let that sit there for about 9 to 10 minutes. Then once you're ready to take your eggs out, just make sure you have a nice ice water bath prepared and then just transfer the eggs into the ice water bath to let them cool down before you start peeling them. I've always found that peeling the eggs under running water or just underwater in your ice water bath is the easiest to make sure that the eggshell comes out smoothly without puncturing the egg whites. So just get all of your eggs peeled up, and now let's move on to preparing the actual mince. Whenever I'm getting chicken for myself, I try to find the best quality of meat that I can find, because at the end of the day, it's going to have a really big effect on how your final dish turns out. If you're in Canada, be sure to look out for the Chicken Farmers of Canada logo on the packaging, just to be assured that the chicken was raised in the best sustainable conditions by local farmers. So I'm using some chicken mince today, and this is about a pound of meat. Then to this add in some onions, ginger garlic paste, red chili powder, ground coriander, garam masala, some panko or regular breadcrumbs, and some salt. Now take your time and really knead and mix this mince really well to combine all these ingredients. And now we are ready to start making our actual meatballs, our actual koftas. So what you want to do is take a nice tennis ball portion of the meat and then kind of pat it out into a large patty. Then put the egg in the center and then gently wrap it around so that it completely envelopes the egg. And you want to make sure that the evenness, the thickness of the meat all around is the same everywhere. And I can't describe it to you, but as you're doing it, you'll feel where the meat ends and where the egg starts, because you just feel the difference between the firmness of the egg versus the meat. So just feel free to move and spread the mince around as you toss it from one hand to the other to make a nice smooth exterior of that meatball. The reason why it's so easy to work with chicken, which is usually moist, especially in the minced form, is because we added those panko breadcrumbs, and that really helps to remove that stickiness and really make it easy to work with. With lamb, if you try to use that, you will most likely not even need the breadcrumbs, because minced lamb is not as moist as minced chicken. Do the same with as many koftas as you're making, and let me talk to you a little bit about how these might look so familiar to Scotch eggs, which is one of the favorite foods in England or Scotland. Now, most food historians believe that the Scotch eggs was inspired from or taken from the traditional Indian dish, which is the Nargisi koftas that we're making today. The Nargisi kofta itself is apparently not actually Indian and was introduced by the Persians when the Mughal Empire came into India. I thought that was a really nice tidbit there as I was preparing this dish and learning a bit about some food history. Now let's just set these koftas or meatballs aside and focus on the sauce for some time. Now you want to first puree some onions and some green chilies until it's nice and smooth. Use as little water as you need to get a nice and smooth paste. Then do the same with some tomatoes and just puree that really well. Now I already had some ginger and garlic paste on hand, frozen, which I'm going to use today. But in case you don't have ginger and garlic paste already prepared, just put that with the onions as well and then puree it all together. So in a pan here, I'm heating up some ghee with some cumin seeds, and when that is nice and fragrant, add in your ginger and garlic paste and your onion and green chili paste. Now the green chilies are a little spicy, so if you want a milder dish, just don't use it. It's gonna start to sizzle, give that a good mix, and then let's add in some of our dried spices. So add in some turmeric, some degi mirch, which adds a lot of red color without the extra spice, and then add some ground coriander as well. Now you want to mix this really well. The color will change to a bright orange, and now you want to just cook this until the onions have completely cooked up. Now you'll know that when the mixture starts to turn drier and drier and some oil starts to dissipate from the sides of this masala that we're creating for the sauce. Now once your mixture looks kind of like this, then add in your pureed tomatoes into the mix, and we'll do the same set of steps. We let this cook down, we let this mixture, this masala get drier and drier, and when your masala looks a little bit like this in about 5 to 10 minutes, then take a bit of that masala in a bowl or a ramekin and add some yogurt in there. That's gonna help temper the yogurt, and it won't be cold yogurt mixing in with hot masala, which will cause it to split. So just mix that yogurt really well and then add all of your yogurt into your masala. Let that now just cook down for a couple of minutes. Turn the heat to medium low, and now let's focus back on our koftas, our Nargisi koftas. Now the whole idea right now is to get some nice texture on the outside of our koftas. You don't have to worry about cooking the meat all the way through, because that's going to finish cooking in the sauce itself. So you can do one of a couple of things. You can deep fry, you can shallow fry, or you can actually pan fry this as well. If you really want to, you can bake it, but that won't be the same because you don't want to overcook it. You really want some nice hot heat to get some nice brown color on the outsides to get that beautiful texture and flavor when you're enjoying this with the sauce. So I chose to shallow fry it. So I have some peanut oil heating over here. But before you fry it, you want to coat these with some rice flour. Rice flour is really going to help add a nice texture on the outside, because that flour is going to get super nice and crispy and add a really fun texture to these meatballs. So once you've coated it in rice flour, gently add it into your oil. Make sure you don't cause a splash, because these are heavy. These are some big meatballs, and you want to cook these until the exterior is nice and golden brown. My oil is around 350 to 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, so when my koftas are frying and my sauce is pretty much there, after cooking my tomatoes with the yogurt for about 5 to 10 minutes, you can see that the mixture has become tighter. There's some oil on the sides, and at this point, we can just start finishing off our sauce as our koftas finish getting fried. So add in a bit of water to create a gravy, and then as your koftas get ready, transfer them into your pan, and then just spoon the sauce around, mix the koftas well with the sauce. And once you've added enough gravy to create a nice sauce, just turn the heat down to low, put a lid on your pan, and then just let this simmer gently for a couple of minutes, 10, 12, 15 minutes. Just gently cook until that sauce thickens. There's some oil that starts to separate on the sides, which is a great sign that the sauce is ready for you to enjoy. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll get to see all the chicken dishes that I've been having lately this winter to keep me warm, and feel free to tag me and at chicken.ca to show off all of your delicious chicken holiday recipes. And once your gravy, once your dish is looking kind of like this, give it a taste, adjust for salt, and then just spoon this over your plate or your bowl. And I'm gonna have it with some naan bread, as I said, and I'll tag that in the description box down below as well. And just have a look. I'm gonna cut this down the middle, and look at how beautiful that looks. It does look like the Nargisi flower, the Narcissus poeticus. I hope I'm not butchering that name. Share this video and this recipe with any chicken lovers in your life or any curry lovers in your life. And for more videos just like this one, for more koftas, for more about boiled eggs, be sure to hang out on the channel, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Bye guys.